Why are Iranians celebrating seemingly basic things like holding hands, dancing, hugging, kissing, and not wearing a headscarf in public? Well, that's because all these things, including women showing their hair in public, have actually been illegal in Iran since the 1979 Islamic Revolution, when Iran's king was overthrown and this cleric, Ayatollah Khomeini, basically took over and established the current regime, the Islamic Republic of Iran. Now, starting in 1979, under Ayatollah Khomeini's rule, many things were banned. Music was banned. Yes, music was banned. Ayatollah Khomeini compared it to opium.
یه مغزی که دنبال این رفت که موسیقی گوش بکند، این مغز مریض میشه. مثل آدم هروئینی میمونه.
Musical instruments were also banned. In other words, buying and selling musical instruments was actually a crime. Singing was banned, especially women singing solo in public. And of course, not covering your hair as a woman was banned. Cassette tapes containing Western music were banned, which is very ironic considering Khomeini recorded his revolutionary sermons onto cassette tapes, which were then smuggled into Iran from exile in France before he ascended to power. Public mingling with someone of the opposite sex who is not related to you by blood or marriage, also banned. And this ban extended to beaches, schools, and so many other places. Chess, a game with centuries of history in Iran, South Asia, and the Arab world, banned. VHS tapes and other home video technology, banned. Dancing in public, especially by women, banned. Attending live sports matches as a woman, banned. Wearing lipstick and nail polish as a woman, banned. You can see that there's a little bit of a woman trend here. Alcohol, banned. Short sleeves and shorts for men, banned. Jeans, banned. Oh, and ties, yes, the ties that you wear with a suit, banned. Apparently they were symbols of Western culture. And there's so many other bans that I can't fit into this video. Now, even though these bans were rarely written into law, Iran's new regime served very strict punishments to those who violated them.
Their dance on a Tehran rooftop offended Iranian authorities so much they were tracked down and taken into custody.
But Iranians repeatedly defied these bans throughout the years, bans that they saw as oppressive and unjust.
Iranian women are posting photos and videos of themselves riding bicycles after Iran's supreme leader issued a fatwa banning women from riding bikes.
So they forced the regime's hand in some ways to lift or lessen the enforcement of some of them, but not all. The head covering restrictions, for example, are still very much in place. But Iranian women who don't want to cover have, here and there, practiced civil disobedience to expand the limits of what's possible, especially in recent years. In terms of the outright ban on music, that was eventually lifted, but the focus was still very much on policing Western music.
Rock and roll music is illegal in Iran.
Everything's a little bit illegal and a little bit not. It depends on how you play it.
The ban on home video technology, lipstick, short sleeves for men, chess, these were also lifted, as was the ban on musical instruments. You just can't show them being played on state TV, which has led to very strange moments like this. And of course, some things have been banned and then unbanned and then banned again. Or new bans have been put in place, like the one on satellite dishes or on many websites. Other times, exceptions have been made. Anyway, I'm sure you can understand how confusing and frustrating this can be to the people of Iran, especially because the policing of all this can be really selective. That said, again, many bans have remained in place throughout the years, such as the ban on women not wearing a headscarf or singing solo in front of mixed gender audiences, along with the bans on certain kinds of public mingling between sexes, and public dancing, and so on. In terms of public dancing, authorities have sometimes turned a blind eye to it, especially when it's a positive PR moment for the government. On the whole, people, mostly women and girls, are still arrested for dancing if authorities consider it to be immoral or indecent.
It's a teenager posting a video of herself dancing on Instagram. It got her arrested.
But today, Iranians' individual acts of civil disobedience have become collective acts that have spread to every corner of the country, and we're witnessing it right now on social media. They're dancing in public, singing in public, kissing in public, dressing freely in public, giving hugs to members of the opposite sex in public, breaking down gender segregation walls at their universities, and so on. So if you're wondering why your Iranian friend is sharing this stuff like crazy, it's because in the Islamic Republic of Iran, these are brave revolutionary acts. And they're being led by brave revolutionary women who are risking it all, including their lives, to be free.